Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and this is the new Doinker Ghost Stabilizer. Now, in the past, Doinker's had a whole bunch of stabilizers, and they've generally been black. This is white. It only comes in white. And they've stopped producing the other stabilizers, so they're producing this now. So this replaces all their other expensive stabilizers, and guess what? It's still expensive. Saying all that, Doinker make really good stabilizers. So if you're looking for a top-end stabilizer that is skinny, that is as skinny as any other stabilizer on the market, Doinker has it. The question is this better or worse than the stabilizers before? And in doing this review, I want to shoot with the recurve and the compound to see how it feels, and is it worth the money? And first off, if you're thinking about buying this stabilizer, this is expensive, right? So this is aimed for people who money's no object, you're spending all the money on archery gear and you're looking for the best stabilizer. That's the market. If you're a beginner and you've got a budget of $200, this is not a stabilizer to look at. This is an inspirational product. This is something that I want the best bow, I want the best gear, I want everything. This stabilizer will not buy you points, and Doinker will probably hate me for saying that. What it will do, and without even shooting it, it may take out some vibration out of the bow. It'll be thinner than some of the other stabilizers, so a little bit less wind resistant. So it means if there's wind blowing around, you'll blow around a little bit less. If you are shooting lots of tournaments, if you are shooting international events and spending lots of money on archery, well then the price of this stabilizer is not even going to be a thing to you. You're not even going to worry about it. I'm going to say the Doinker stuff, it's just premium. You know it's a premium product. I'm going to say, I don't know much about it. It's designed to hold 30 ounces of weight. That's what I read on the thing today when I was listing the product. So basically, if you're not putting on lots of weight on the stabilizer, so a stabilizer that holds lots of weight needs to be really stiff. I put this on the bench and I tried to flex it, it wouldn't flex. It's a very stiff stabilizer. So let's just have a look. The finish on the paintwork is great. Nice big end here. It's got a washer. What I found is washers actually absorb a bit of shock. So if you've got a stabilizer without a washer and one with a washer, it's generally better with a washer. The end here, it opens up to the same size as the Doinker little exo mount here. This is good because if it's the same size, then it absorbs more shock, it locks in better. Then you've got the weights at the end here. This thing here I did a review on, excellent, and you'll see it on my stabilizer when we review it today. And on the end I assume this is a bit of rubber, so when you put the bow down it doesn't flex and carry on. So let's fit this. So first off, we'll move the other bow away. Let's compare like and like. There are bundles of stabilizers on the market, and you've just got to choose one you like. So this is top of the line Fivic stabilizer. This is the Ghost. Look, they're pretty similar in thickness. Maybe the Ghost is thinner. I did try and find the size of the Doinker. It looks like the thin one. It looks like 0.5. I think the Scatty's about the same. Let's talk price. Roughly $400 to $700. I have 7 ounces of weight. On this one, I think the Doinker comes with about 7 ounces of weight, probably. The Doinker will come into its own with more weight on it. So let's just try the Scatty for about $450, top of the line Fivic stabilizer. I really liked it when I did the review. I didn't like the fact that down here it was a thin thread. I had some issues there which I spoke about. But I really like the stabilizer. It feels nice, it absorbs more shock. It's a nice looking stabilizer. So I ended up keeping it on the bow because I thought it looked nice and absorbed some shock. And again with anything, like the bow feels good. Game with anything, I'm going to say it gets down to practice, and it's not what you're going to want to hear. It's hard work. I'm going to say the people who are better than me at the moment in the state, I'm not upping. I can't undo this, so we're going to get some Allen keys onto it. The people who shoot high scores than me train more than I do. And I'm not taking away from the fact that they train more. It's like I am so inspirational, in awe about how much hard work they put in, because I put in hard work and I'm like, this is so much hard work to put in. And they put in so much more than I do, so I'm like, good on you, excellent, I need to work harder. And that's what you want to work harder. I feel like it's a message for life. You want a goal, and the goal is I want to get to wherever, and then you've got to work for it. And the harder you work, the more likely you are to be lucky. Sometimes I want the win and win. Sometimes I want the win and win disconnect so I can get it off. So the win and win tool, when it first came out to tighten your stabilizers and loosen your stabilizers, it's like, this is crap. Like, why have you got that? Now I'm like, this is a good tool. Okay, so the Doinker. I like the fact that it's got a spanner connection, although I don't know how many archers are going to carry a spanner with them. So I think I would prefer a hole so I can use my Allen keys, because every archer is going to carry Allen keys with them. So if you're going to use a Doinker, you're going to need to take an adjustable wrench with you or a set spanner with you for this size stabilizer. Like you'll see on the Fivix, you've got like holes for all your Allen keys to fit in. Like I would prefer that on a stabilizer. Now I have considered going to Doinker, shooting Doinkers, and I'm going to say I generally don't change stuff very often. The stabilizer you see on my compound I've had for probably 5 years. I don't feel any vibration with the Doinker. It feels the same weight as the Fivix. It feels better to put on the ground because it doesn't wobble around. With the Scatty, I've got that rubber compartment there, and when I put it down, it kind of moves against the softness of the dampener. So I prefer the Doinker connector. Or you could go for the biter connector, but it's a pretty nice stuff. It feels really, really nice. Look, I'm going to move back here so you can sort of see the stabilizer move. It feels really good. You know, when I do these reviews, there is nothing wrong with the Scatty stabilizer. It's a fantastic stabilizer. So when I see this, I'm like, well, I really like this Doinker. Really like it. Is it better than the Scatty? Look, it probably is. Honestly, I don't know if it's in my head or what. The bow just feels like there's no shock and no vibration afterwards. For a recurve, it just feels very direct. It feels really, really, really good. Really unfortunate for me because I don't really want to spend money on a new stabilizer, but it felt really good with the recurve. Now we're going to try it with the compound. I'm going to say comparative wise, there's a whole bunch of top line stabilizers on the market. Shrewd, Conquest has got really good stabilizers. Now for recurve, obviously any compound stabilizer you can fit on a recurve, and the fact that you don't fit lots of weights to it's not going to make any difference, right? So it becomes, the cheaper stabilizers become an issue when you fit lots of weights because they just bounce around. So with the more expensive stabilizers being more rigid, it's just a good thing, right? It's not going to bounce while you're aiming and cause your shot to be off. Right, so I really like this stabilizer. This is the dead center icon. Look, at the time these were fairly inexpensive, and now they've gone up in price. Not as much as this, but they've gone up. You can see the difference in thickness. This, I'm going to guess this is a 0.625 or something like that, and this is a 0.5, I'm guessing. This one has the Doinker mount, which is the same as this. This has got stainless and this has got tungsten weight. So we're going to shoot this one. I'll just grab a quiver. Now I do like the fact that the Doinker stabilizer has this like rubber mount down the end here, because when you've got metal and it's on the ground, it's gritty and the stabilizer kind of gets scratched, and it's just not as nice a feel to put metal onto the ground. Now, I'm shooting an Elite. I've got a PSG shirt on, but I'm shooting an Elite Verdict. I really like this bow. It aims really well. Very happy. There's very little vibration with it. It's a good system. I'm currently running 8 ounces down the front, so like this is a pretty good stabilizer. I don't feel a lot of shock with it. Like it feels, what amazes me, lots of things amaze me. This is a 60-pound bow. I feel like I'm drawing it back really easy now. Like if you look at my videos from a couple of months ago, I was struggling pulling this back, and I shot a tournament with it, what feels like a few weeks ago, which I did okay. I shot a personal best. And I was struggling pulling the bow back, and I feel like I'm pulling it back easy as now. It's just so smooth. I've got the smooth mods in it. There's no vibration. It's just a dead bow to shoot. It's a fantastic bow to shoot. And there's a lot of good bows on the market, okay? Lots of good bows. I'm just saying this is, as far as I'm concerned, just an exceptional bow. The stabilizer on the Doinker feels lighter, as far as not the weight, the rod. So the balance point feels lighter. I don't know if it's my imagination. Well, maybe. So there's the white. I don't know how white and brown go, but it stands out. Again, it feels better on the ground than metal on the ground. Now, I was reviewing another stabilizer from another company, and I got a lot of vibration with it. And I spoke to the owners about it, and the owner of the company, and they obviously knew about it, about the vibration which they get through their stabilizers. This Doinker is amazing, right? So this is my first shot with the compound. Very, very good. The bow's just dead afterwards. Now I've got a friend who's like a world-class archer, Australian class archer, world-class archer, won Australian titles, and he shoots a lot of different bows, right? And he's saying, I'm getting lots of vibration, it's hurting his body. Now for me, I'm shooting lighter weights than he shoots. And I'm talking about on the stabilizer, and I feel absolutely nothing with this bow. Like, it's just, it's so dead. It's just unbelievable. It's just... It's like there's... Look, I don't know if I've shot a better stabilizer, but... And maybe this bow is too good. And I'm not having to go at Elite saying this bow is too good. The bows which create more shock, so more vibration, the bows which are less parallel limbs. So these limbs are parallel, so when you shoot, the limbs are counteracting each other. The bows where the limbs are more upright, right? So I'm going to go Supra, I'm going to go Hoyt. I'm going to less so with the Bowtech, but definitely like your Dominators, your Supras, the limbs which are pointing more forward. You get more vibration through them. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing stabilizer. And I don't want to buy another stabilizer because I just feel like it's a waste of money. And I shoot all my life. I've been shooting all my life. I shoot every night for a couple of hours. It's very, very nice. That's the Doinker Ghost. I think it looks fantastic. The graphics look great. The stabilizer looks great. It's very, very good. Is it the best stabilizer on the market? Okay, so that's the question. Is this the best stabilizer on the market? There are the top of the line Shrewds, the top of the line Conquests, got Ramrods. I think it's fair to say it's probably the best stabilizer I've shot. Okay, I don't think that's a very far stretch. It's hard to see that a stabilizer can be better than the Ghost. Now the only way I could feel that to test this would be for someone to put 30 ounces of weight down the front of it and compare 30 ounces of weight compared to another 30 ounces of weight on another stabilizer. Because this stabilizer has absolutely no shock at all, not even the start of the vibration to the deading, there's just nothing. And that's with a recurve, and a recurve has lots of vibration in the bow. It just took it all out. And I'm not going to take anything away from the Scatty stabilizer, it's very good. It's just, this is just crazy good. I don't even understand it. However, I will say that the Doinker attachment, the little thing at the end, when I did a review of that with and without the stabilizer, that thing is amazing. It's really good, and I fit it to my stabilizer straight afterwards, but I can still feel the difference between the three stabilizers. The Doinker Ghost is very good. Now, Doinker in the past has produced other stabilizers, the Podiums and some other names. They were also very good, and I can't remember if the Ghost is better than them or not. And I'm going to say the difference is just so little. And when I say so little, what we're talking about is, do you feel any vibration in the bow after the shot? And with the recurve and the compound, I feel nothing. They're just dead. If I put 30 ounces down the end, which I can't hold up yet, it may be a difference. It may be something different. It may feel different. So, but at the moment, with 8 ounces down the front end or 7 ounces down the front end, whatever it comes with, and my other stabilizer is 8 ounces, it all feels balanced. It all feels really, really good. It looks fantastic, and it's just really unfortunate that it's so expensive that I really don't want to fork out $800 or $700 odd dollars for a new stabilizer, but it is very good. So I hope that's been useful. If you have a shop that allows you to try a stabilizer, and I'm not saying a shop will allow you to try a stabilizer, because they risk the chance that you will mark it, and then the customer who buys the stabilizer will go, no, this has been fitted to a bow, I don't want it. But if a shop allows you to try a stabilizer, do it. Do it, because you then see for yourself what's better. Now, as an archer getting to the sport, the difference between a $100 and $200 and $400 and $500 and $700 stabilizer, it's probably not going to affect your scores, and I probably said that at the start, but it does affect the way the bow feels. It takes out that little bit of vibration after you take the shot. It's not going to affect how it aims, it's not going to affect the scores, it's just going to affect the feel of the bow. That's it. But if you do have shoulder problems, elbow problems, wrist problems, where the vibration of the bow is creating problems for you, this is where a stabilizer, like a product like the Doinker, is going to come in and maybe help you. But again, forking out $700 to see if something helps or doesn't help a problem is maybe cheap, because it's a lot more expensive to go and visit a doctor. And yeah, just an amazing product. Anyway, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and remember, the more you shoot, the better you shoot. Thanks for watching. Bye.